Hello Internet, I'm your only May, and this time I decided to do a reaction video to a very popular show on the internet called Death Battle. And for those who aren't familiar with Death Battle, it's created by ScrewAttack.com by their two employees, Chad James and Ben Singer. I'm sorry if I got your names wrong, I don't think I did. Oh well. So basically what they do in Death Battle, they take two characters, analyze all their weapons, their backstory, everything that they've done, and do a ton of comparisons and arguments to see who would win in a fight to the death. Some of the fights they do are amazing. I highly recommend them. Now this one, I don't really know so much about these characters. They are Ragna, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Sol Badguy. Like I've said, I don't know that much about them, except from what I've heard, Ragna, basically, when he was young, he was, he was experimented on along with like his brother and sister. But then a cat ninja, I'm not making this up, took them away and raised them put them into a church so he could watch over them. But then some people burned it to the ground, kidnapped his brother and sister, and sliced his arm off. Just before he bled out, I think a vampire bit him and he regrew his arm or something and became a badass called Blood Edge. Now, Sol Badguy, from what I can understand, it's basically like Captain America. He was injected with some serum, except it wasn't serum, it was magic, and then he became a badass. Now, these are one of the types of death battles that I don't really mind that much, because I don't know anything about these characters, so I don't really have a preference. But, hey, I like learning about new characters, and it means I won't be disappointed when the person wins. Now, enough of me talking. Let's watch this. Oh, before I forget, before I start watching it, click the link in the description to go to the actual video and watch that first. Okay? And once you do that, come back to my video and hear my reaction. Okay? Good. Now let's watch. I love the music of Death Battle so much.
No anime tough guy trope is complete unless he has outrageous spiky hair, a sword that's clearly compensating for something,
and belts. Lots and lots of belts.
Ragna,
So true.
the Blood Edge.
And Sol Badguy, the flame of corruption. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
There we go.
Nearly a century ago, humanity was hunted to near extinction by the fearsome Black Beast. Fortunately, 6 brave heroes slayed the monster and saved mankind. The remains of humanity was reorganized under an oppressive government until one man decided to rise up. Ragna, the Blood Edge.
Oh. Didn't know that bad.
Baggy
That
pants,
music
giant
is so
sword,
good.
brooding personality. Ragna has tragic backstory written all over him.
So true.
I'd actually go with gruesome. As a young child, he and his siblings were confined in an experimental facility as lab rats.
Bummer. What were they trying to do?
No one knows. The important thing here is they were rescued by a talking cat
Oh,
named
that's a
Jubei,
big bounty.
who also happened to be the most feared warrior on the planet. However, things took a darker
I didn't get
turn
a chance to
when
read that.
Ragna's sister Saya grew very sick.
With what?
Sickness? No one knows. Ragna took Saya under his wing, but their younger
so
brother Jin
cool.
was irritated that Ragna was not spending more time with him. Being a reasonable guy, he decided the only solution was to murder his brother.
Oh yeah, that makes a ton of sense. I'm lonely. I'll kill one of the only people I care about. Great plan.
What?
So then a maniacal hipster villain named Yuki Terumi showed up out of nowhere, helped Jin impale Ragna through the chest, and then cut off his arm for good measure.
Why? How? No one knows. Have you familiarized yourself with that phrase yet? Good, because it's not stopping anytime soon.
Moving on for sanity's sake, Ragna would have been done for until an omniscient, time-traveling, pig-tailed vampire descended from the heavens, snapped her fingers, magicked him a new arm, and left. No, don't think. Just accept.
Surprisingly still conscious, and apparently an expert of things that have never happened before, Ragna instantly recognized his new appendage as an Azure Grimoire. A piece of the Black Beast, which Ragna can use to manipulate Seether. Seether is a radioactive energy left behind by the Black Beast all over the world.
Like magic.
Well, no, magic is totally different.
But it lets him do magic-type stuff.
Yes.
That just sounds like dust from Ruby.
Okay. Well, after missing out on the maiming and resurrection of Ragna, Jubei the Cat Ninja returned and decided to teach him the ways of combat.
Where the hell was he before? No one knows.
Probably destroying someone's furniture or pissing in their shoes.
Through his training, Ragna's control over Seether became practically unmatched. He can form various parts of the Black Beast in combat, transform his own arm into razor-sharp claws, or drain the soul of his foe through his strikes.
But if he needs more power, more defense, and more soul-sucking, he can crank these up to 11 with his blood cane form.
Upon completing his training, Jubei bestowed upon him a red cloak and a deadly blade called Blood Scythe.
This baby can extend for stabbing strikes, and like the Azure Grimoire, slowly drains the souls of its victims upon contact. And before you point out that it's clearly a sword, not a scythe, it can do this.
That's a sword and a scythe. Nice.
Ragna's angsty rage took him on a world tour of single-handed government smashing, earning him the nickname the Grim Reaper.
And racking up an unprecedented bounty of 90 billion, whatever their currency is. No one knows. And despite being the largest bounty of all time, he still freely walks the world on foot and in public with no attempt to disguise himself whatsoever.
Probably because nobody wants
Superman.
to piss him off. We're talking about a guy who treats getting knocked through solid concrete as an inconvenience, has survived multiple impalings through the chest, took out hundreds of armed officers without breaking a sweat, and obliterated an entire street with a single one-hand sword strike.
Ragna is referred to by some as the most powerful man in the world, but he's also known as a risk-taker with a short temper.
And despite being trained by the most dangerous kitty cat in the world, Ragna is obviously nowhere near Jubei's level of skill, who terrifies even the deadliest villains of the series.
But after all was said and done, Jubei left Ragna with a dire warning. Never think of the Azure Grimoire as your own.
Which is kind of bullshit. I mean, it's attached to him, so I'm pretty sure he's got dibs.
Well, he does, but if he loses control over it, it can transform him into the Black Beast itself. In fact, Ragna was the original Black Beast, sent back in time after falling into a magic cauldron. The two were somehow separated and did battle in the past. These events would repeat themselves in a 100-year time loop until this chick saved Ragna from falling into that cauldron, stopping the Black Beast from appearing in the past in the first place.
But if the Black Beast never went back in time, then it would never have created Seether, and everything in BlazBlue shouldn't exist as we know it. So how?
No one knows!
You want to just make this guy fight someone now?
I'm the main character, and yet again, I get left in the dark. It's really starting to piss me off.
It pissed me off, too.
Way back in the year 2010, the discovery of magic forever changed the course of human history. Traditional technology was eliminated for newer, environmentally friendly methods. And after improving the planet, a certain world superpower sought to improve mankind itself.
Oh, hey, another super soldier project. Let me guess, they injected this guy with some serum and it didn't really work out the way they wanted, but now he's a badass.
Replace serum with magic, and close enough. This man would emerge as the feared bounty hunter, Sol Badguy.
So he's clearly the bad guy.
Actually, he's the main hero of the story.
Why would
Before Sol's transformation, he was known as
sake.
Frederick, a scientist tasked with leading the Super Soldier Project alongside his love interest, Arya. But whether he intended to or not, Frederick would become the prototype of this new super race, the Gears.
But is he guilty?
Oh, hell yeah. He was responsible for Arya's death, and then her next death when she was resurrected into this thing.
The hell?
Oh, wasn't expecting her to look like that, but not as much as I wasn't expecting the blue robo penis. Who even does that?
She was likely created as a giant FU to poor Sol by that man.
Which man?
That man.
What?
I only see Sol Badguy.
No, it's that man.
It's just you and
Oh,
me
I
here,
get it.
Liz.
Listen, the villain is that man.
Sol Badguy's the hero and the villain.
No, he's another character. Just pretend Sol Badguy's not there.
You mean he's invisible?
When this person was born into the world, his parents
love
looked
Booster
at this
so
child
much.
and decided they would name him that man.
Who were they looking at, Wiz?
His name is THAT space MAN.
Well, F-U-C-K space Y-O-U. I'm out. Oh, I looked at the internet and discovered that his actual name is that man. I apologize for earlier. Let's move
He
on.
was practically
Sol
spoofing
had to
it.
maintain a human appearance to disguise his true gear form. So he developed a special limiter headpiece to keep his own power at bay.
If that thing comes off, say goodbye to whoever recently pissed him off.
As a gear, Sol's aging was slowed to a near halt, allowing him more than enough time to develop his own fighting style.
Well, whatever fighting style lets you punch fire, that's the one I want to learn. Sol's
I wouldn't mind
motivated
learning it
by
either.
Fafnir punches are flame-enhanced strikes, while his riot stomp flies in with a fearsome kick. And because this is anime, Sol can trigger his second form, the Dragon Install.
The Dragon Install allows Sol to safely tap into a fraction of his full gear power, boosting his strength, speed, and healing ability. The drawback, he can only sustain this power for so long, and afterward, he's left vulnerable.
As
Of
Sol
course.
wandered the Earth, that man began a plan for world domination using an army of gears. In response, Sol put together a gear-obliterating superweapon called Outrage.
Which looks like the world's most complicated can opener. Or
That's
next-gen
nice.
Bop It.
Turns out, it was so powerful, nobody could wield it, not even Sol. So he had to split it apart into 8 pieces just to make it usable. Naturally, he took the best piece for himself, the
Live some
flame-enhanced
thunder.
Fire Seal. I want a Fire Seal, that'd be fucking sweet. Try and eat me now, Orca Whale. Fire Seal!
Using Fire Seal to its full potential, Sol defeated that man's forces twice over.
And then he decided to upgrade the shit out of it with the Junkyard Dog Mark III casing.
But this is hardly the full extent of Sol's power. He once survived the backyard, an alternate dimension which would annihilate the soul of a normal man. And by removing his headband, he can access his full unrestrained potential.
Like when he shot a laser out of his sword to incinerate an inhuman gear the size of Mount Everest.
And
Damn.
once he went back in time and witnessed his past self get murdered, which should have erased him from the present a la Marty McFly.
What?
But he didn't like that idea very much, so he just didn't.
After Blaze Blue, nothing is too bizarre for me anymore.
Sol is powerful, but fears
Yes.
his full potential. He's also pretty lazy. His favorite strategy is always whichever is the least strenuous. This lack of extra effort can
I can
sometimes leave
understand
him underestimating his opponent.
But the second he starts trying, few can stand in his way.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Not yet. Not yet. Okay, so who do I think is going to win this? I think they both have a really good chance of winning. If Ragna can, well, I know his sword slowly drains his opponent's souls, but he has to. I think he has to hit them in order to count. In order for the sword to actually do it. So, I don't know. I mean, they both have big feet. I don't know. I mean, I won't be surprised if Ranga wins. I won't be surprised if Sol Badguy wins. They both sound awesome. So, I'm just gonna watch the fight, and we'll see what happens. Play. Oh yes, it's a straight fight. Of course he's going after the bounty.
is over with. Restriction 666.
Oh, I forgot about the Black Beast thing.
Interruption imaginary number 4. Raise blue. It's my turn now. Idea engine light. This'll sting. Blood cave. Tapping out. I'm not gonna waste any more time on you.
He survived being in bed. Hasn't he?
Shit!
Oh, so is he. So that guy hasn't taken off his headband yet. What's happening there? Oh! I don't think this. Oh yes! Back on board. Dragon Ball. So bad guy just went.
Ragna put up a tough fight, but Sol had him outclassed.
Likely due to the fact that while Ragna had on 4 belts, Sol had 18.
Sol's centuries
Really?
worth of fighting experience trumped Ragna's training, and he has consistently shaken off wounds more easily.
Even Sol is tough enough to withstand Ragna's Azure Grimoire, just like when it survived the backyard.
The Black Beast was impressive, but Sol's gear form is leagues above. Recall when Sol turned that gear the size of Mount Everest into dust. By comparing the size of the gear to the clouds, we can determine its volume to be around 140 billion cubic meters. Destroying something this size would require more than 85 gigatons of TNT. That's nearly
That's a lot
200
of
times more powerful than the 9.0 earthquake that hit Japan in 2011.
More than enough to take Ragna down, and that was only a fraction of Sol's real power. Ragna just burned out in the end.
The winner is Sol Badguy.
Good job, so bad guy.
Next time
who's the next
on
time?
Death Battle.
Okay, I know that's someone from the last Airbender. Avatar. I have no idea who
Have an idea
either
for a
of those
death
people
battle?
are.
Let us know in the comments below.
But if you're looking to kill some more time, go watch our intern Jocelyn's new show, The Desk of Death Battle. Then we don't have to pay her.
Or if you demand more blood, check out Great Moments in Gaming's latest episode on Mortal Kombat's Blood Code.
Oh, and future Death Battle episodes are moving to Wednesdays, a whole 2 days early.
Thanks for watching.
Stop, don't go! Click the like button.
I don't work on Wednesdays.
Also, tell everyone you know about this.
I'll be free.
Share away.
Awesome.
And if you're not already subscribed, then click subscribe.
Well, I'll share it with anyone who's watching me. So, I'll just, think back. No. Okay. So yeah, that was a pretty good death battle. So I did not think about a lot for Sol Badguy, and yeah, you won. Awesome. So the next one. I know one of them is from that Avatar show with Aang. I don't watch it myself, but a lot of people I know do. So yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and sure, subscribe if you want. And, yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.